Hello everyone and welcome to episode 40 of the TEW9 Road to Glory Save here on the channel in the Seaverse, as it was our final show of 2025, Night of Sin 49, and boy oh boy, do we have a changing of the main event thanks to Goro Hatamoto's injury, but we have a replacement. Al Coleman's going to fill in for him, because Al Coleman, of course, he did win in his match at our previous show. As we're already here at the little pre-show screen here, as far as there's going to be close to 1,000 people here at the Grissom Auditorium, so that's going to be great. As far as we're going to make sure kind of everybody's here. We don't have a lot of creative energy, but we could maybe use a creative finish. Let's see. Oh, near certainty. Oh, perfect. Alright, so we'll use one creative finish. As Jessica Psycho's here. She wants to hang out, sure, because we're about to bring in women anyways for the next year. Ultimate Phoenix wants to... Ultimate Phoenix Jr. Wants to hang out backstage. Sure. So Jiro Kikuchi and Shugo Amano are hanging out a lot recently. Good for them. Glad some of the Japanese talent are hanging out together. Oh, and then Marcus Mann and Yoshiki Kawamura in a blazing argument, two OGs of the roster. Oh boy, has Hitomura Suzuki's gotten a lot of heat. This is kind of selfish behavior. Stern warning, hey, we're not putting up with that shit, buddy. It's 6 people showing up for the pre-show safety and basic drills. Yeah, I mean, I wish more people were showing up, but at the same time, I know some of the guys are not working. As far as, I know Rodney Brook, he's got an MMA fight that he's training for, so he's not here. And Kumao Sakura is brought for Russell's court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab on the shared rental car, and the judge, Christopher Ball, found him guilty and says to pay for the full cost and reimburse his travel partners. Alrighty. Yeah, sure, we'll inspire the boys. Yeah, big show, end of the year, big time opportunities tonight. So the title contender change, we're going to have that actually be the pre-show, just to let everybody know in the audience. But basically, Goro Hatamoto out, Al Coleman in, as, because obviously I would talk about if this was, again, aired to, like, YouTube or something, we would just talk during the commentary about it. But for our main event, of course, is that match, Al Coleman and Rowdy Ryan Robinson. First time they've ever fought. And we have it at 13 minutes here. Which, again, it's a title contender matchup. So it's, basically like a title matchup. But given a little bit more time. Rowdy Ryan Robinson is going to get the win over Al Coleman. So that's going to be his third loss. This is actually his first... Not only, that as far as he at least hasn't lost in any match under 10 minutes, so he does have that going for him, because he had the draw with Snyder, then he beat Snyder in November. The bar they still lost, maybe that was actually, that probably was the actual only under 10-minute loss. But again, he won Kumite, he lost to Scott Hadley, but you could say maybe, wrestling and fighting, although, as far as one night 4 fucking times, because was it pretty sure it's 4 times. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's 3 times, 3 times though, still a lot, obviously, with this style, it being a fucking fake MMA promotion. Oh, but Rowdy Ryan Robertson gonna get the win, and he's gonna take on Scott Hadley, which again, those two have history as well, so that's gonna be very interesting. For the co-main, we're going to go with Jerry Pepper, Bill Rothschild, Buffalo Bill. 5 minutes gives Bill a win, because his record's so weird, because he's been around for a little bit, but, he's had some big moments, and he's had, of course, had the great run in the Kumite. Really, his first run was major, and then he kind of fell off at the end of the year, and we kind of have climbed him back into a solid little spot here in 2025, but nothing like he was in 2024. But he gets a win here over Jerry Pepper. Knocks him out, probably a Buffalo Bomb, if I had to guess in that one. For the rest of the card, so the card's kind of maybe not as big names and as and some of the more talented guys that we're used to having. I want to give some more guys some chances here because again, it's going to be cutting season for a lot of those guys. We're going to be bringing in the women, cutting back on some of the undercard talent that are young, but we don't really use. Guys like Nate Jordan is on the cutting block. Guys like, I guess, Takuma Hasakura is not even, or Takuma Hasakura, fucking, oh no, yeah, that's right, I was about to say, yeah, Takuma Hasakura, like, he's on the cutting block. I don't think who else. Oh, we have Rodney Brook, who's gone right now. He's on the cutting block. Buzz Reed kind of is, even though he's not a young talent. It's just it's almost 40, and we do have a lot of those guys that are old, and thinking about cutting some back on those guys. Weirdly, JVP, just because his contract is so crazy, it's $250 basically a show, and we really don't use him as an in-ring talent as much as we should, just because his ratings are kind of falling off. That's why he's taking on Hurricane Higor Rosa. We are going to give him a win here. I thought about giving it to Rosa, but he's also another guy that I'm thinking about getting rid of. As a boxer, it's hard to translate the boxing to, what we do with our open hand, palm strike policy. So it's kind of like he's at a disadvantage already. Chris McGrath and Virgil Voss 3, though. This is kind of crazy because they had a match in September last year, then February of this year, which Voss won. It went from a 38 to a 52, so, that shows that Voss is pretty fucking talented. He's going to beat McGrath here, going to get the win. Ernie Holmes and Stipe Mirowic 2, which Ernie's going to get the win with the Sherlock Holmes again, and, of course, getting a win back after having a nice little winning streak. Of course, he lost in his previous encounter to Goro Hatamoto, which, again, that's not a bad loss or anything, but after giving him a couple of nice wins, it was time to kind of cool him off a little bit because he's just not ready yet, but heating him back up before the new year. Then Sugar Amano and Nate Jordan. So Amano's going to get the win. He's going to knock him out. I think Nate is getting chopped after this one. He just, as far as he was a region guy, didn't really have like a martial arts background or anything like that. He's okay. He's just not great. He's just, we're not the promotion for him. It's kind of the big thing with him. So that's why, get rid of him. Let somebody else come in, fill a spot. But yeah, as far as Sugar Monaco's a vet, been here a while, gives him a good showing maybe at the end of his run with us. Does maybe see what he can do in the future. We do want to check. Yeah, De Silva's good. JVP. Actually, I want De Silva not showing up here tonight. Just, again, we don't need him to be here. I was going to have him be on the show tonight, but he had a pretty hard-fought match in October, and sometimes it's just nice to let the guys actually have McGrath do that, or let's actually have JVP do that. Just kind of changing things around. Oh yeah, Kyle Moore, we don't want him doing that. Let Marcus Mahan do that. Yeah, Al Coleman can do that. I'm actually gonna have Mahan do that as well. We'll have Coleman do that. Perfect. Oh, just to make sure. It's Hitomura Suzuki, but we'll just have be McGrath. Perfect. Alrighty. We are good to go. And of course, Robertson and the champion, who is right now, of course, Scott Hammer Hadley, tied with Terry Roundtree. So he's looking to have a record-breaking performance. Right now, he's already got 254 days, too. So he's not even at 365 days as champ. So he does still have that to eyeball. But, he's past Goro Hatamoto's reign. So right now, I would say he's the second most successful champion ever. Can he pass Scary Terry, though, is the question. He'll have to get through, of course, Ryan Robertson. Oh, damn, only 848 people. So a couple of People not packing it in as much as I thought we would, but that's alright. No biggie there. They have 46. Nothing too crazy on that angle. Again, just me. Maybe you can say call it a town hall for the 1,000 people in attendance that maybe bought a ticket, or we at least advertise that the main event is not going to be Hatamoto, but to give them a chance to understand why that is. It's because of injury. Shigemano, though, knocks out Nate Jordan in 4:16. I mean, it's close to a 30, but I think the 30 mark is the cutoff point. Really, it should be a 40 is the cutoff mark for us. We're a big company, or we're not a big company. We're a small company, but we're a bigger company than what we were when we signed these guys. It's time to really cut bait a little bit. Now, Ernie Holmes, he is not great either. We'll say that. But he's got the Sherlock Holmes. And we've been getting that over. I feel like at least he's trying to get better. At least hopefully. Yeah. Not really, though, I guess. Yeah, but at least the guys were motivated, at least. And it's still a hot crowd. So we got that going for us. So 52 for McGrath and Virgil Voss. There we go. So McGrath actually did pretty well here. Voss gets the win in 7-10, though. He's another one that's kind of on the bubble, but he's doing all right for himself. He'll be kept. Yeah, Hurricane Igor Rosa was actually rusty because we haven't used him in so long, but he gets knocked out by JVP. JVP kicks him in the goddamn head, cuts the lights out, and yeah, I mean, Hurricane Rosa, it was nice to have somebody like that, and using the gimmick where he was cheating by actually using a closed fist behind the ref's back, that was a good idea for a little bit, but it just gets a little corny and hokey at times. Because obviously, you'd be like, well, how many times can you get away with that? Buffalo Bill knocking out Jerry Pepper, knocks him out in 4:38. Again, these guys are getting knocked out pretty quickly, but with the Buffalo Bomb, throwing them in the buckle like that, that definitely is a believable knockout finish. So I'm cool with that. And then Al Coleman did outperform Ryan Robertson, but gives up the loss nonetheless. It probably would have been a submission, probably would have been a KO again. But this is his 10th win too. So I mean, Ryan Robertson 10-2-2, a hell of a performance. Kind of crazy. Al Coleman's now 3-3, but he's won Kumite, of course. So it's not like he's been a guy that has been getting the shit kicked out of him. But a tough break though, nonetheless. After beating John Snyder, as I mean, the main event delivered in a big way. Kind of crazy. The Angle was the second best thing on the show, or third best thing on the show, actually, after Voss and McGrath. But I figured the show wasn't going to be as great as some that we've had in the past. But that main event still delivered. So that was a good sign. Nobody got hurt, so that's another plus for us. Definitely want to put over Al Coleman. He was great tonight. Actually, Chris McGrath was solid tonight as well. And trying to think who else to put over. I guess Robertson, yeah, he's great. In his match as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Probably made a good bit of money. $3,000. Tough. But yeah, we are ranking in a lot of ticket sale money with these shows now. And damn, we haven't upgraded in the Southwest in a hot minute. It's been like months now. It's crazy that we're actually more popular, obviously, now in Mexico, almost more so than when you think of some of the areas in the U.S., obviously, like the Northeast and the Southeast. But we are, we're not, I mean, Mexico, obviously, it's, a rich history of fighters, especially in boxing. Of course, MMA, Brennan Moreno and Yair Rodriguez, you got a lot of current MMA guys that are phenomenal. So yeah, it is definitely a fighting country in a way, with just how there's so much rich history, and of course boxing all the way back to fucking damn near the birth of boxing, it feels like. But yeah, I mean, as far as our final show of 2025, we're hopefully gonna make money on the year, and of course Scott Hadley's gonna take on Ryan Robertson in the title matchup. And Shigemano's going to take on Jules Knight. That's a fun match just because obviously two OGs going to be battling it out. As for, we're already at about 7,000. Plus we haven't even got a little bit rest of the sponsorship money. But this is pretty much what we're going to make for the year. We get a roll. too at the start of the next episode, so that's going to be exciting to see what we get. Hopefully, a good roll. We've been pretty lucky as of late. We haven't really been fucked over by one. Fingers crossed, we get a good one there. And of course, that's a big episode. Of course, with starting in the new year, we're again, size wise, I'm hoping we can get rolling a little bit. It's so tough with these goddamn broadcasters that we're having trouble with trying to get together. Again, Russell World's kind of our big, the best thing option for us, but there's just no way. No fucking way. I would love to get to Sports America Online. Ain't gonna happen. No way we're gonna get 32 regions. Or 32 pop in 6 regions. Just not gonna happen. Yeah, we're kind of fucked. Kind of fucked. But we'll figure it out. Fingers crossed, as we'll catch you guys for Night of Sin 50. Take care, everyone.